Welcome, everyone. This is once again your host, Shailesh, bringing you a live journey of episodes that we started a few years ago, and amazing speakers who have shared their experiences and journey with us. And today, I have the pleasure with a Kiwi, none other than Monica, who is from Christchurch. And that's what we are going to talk about her life journey. But let me give you a little bit of insights to before I start, and I will obviously ask her to introduce herself. But here is something that I have realized about this amazing person that I came into contact. So she's absolutely a Kiwi mom of a 9-year-old, and she's giving lots of advices in finance, which is what everybody needs today. But when she can give advice of finance, and she's also a creative person, very passionate. She educates people in the food for cooking food, which is also again important ingredient of our life as a human, because we eat and we drink and we sleep, and that's how we grow and that's how we evolve. So that's one of the major part of our life journey. She's also into creative, so she's like dancing classes, all of that she does. But we'll go into that deeper later. So, a brief introduction. She's absolutely a natural, community-driven person who tries to help people. And today, I have the pleasure to invite her to my show, which is Real Connections: Life Journey of Monica. Monica, welcome to this beautiful show that we always bring speakers, and we like to understand and uncover a lot of life journey, that experiences that we all humans have, but sharing them is absolutely one of the things that I do through this show. So, welcome, Monica, to this beautiful show, and please introduce yourself as well.
Sure. Namaste, Kiora, and thank you very much, Shailesh ji, for bringing me on this platform. I really believe that the important thing is we all are human beings. There should not be any diversification or gender diversity. We all are equal and we should love each other and ourselves. So I am an Indian from heart and I'm Kiwi here, living from last 12 to 13 years. And
Mhm.
yes, I am very much involved in community. I want to uplift people without any diversification, whether it is a special need person or a different ethnicity person. I just like to advise without any judgment.
That's
So,
great.
yeah, financial education is the main important part to keep your life running smooth,
Mhm.
whether it is about retirement, saving the funds for that, or unforeseen circumstances, insurance, or savings upon spending. So, there is a lot more involved in this financial education. The pathway to success for your first home is where I feel contented. I like when people come to me and say, "Hey, Monica, thanks. I have got my first home. Thanks for advising us. Thanks for looking into our application." It is connecting with those people, with those families.
That's correct. But we will go into that probably in our next topic hours, when we talk about lots of helping, supporting that they need, everybody needs. But today I'm going to talk, Monica, about you.
You're so creative. I
What
was coming from that.
What's Monica is like? What is Monica was as a child, and how did she do what she's doing today? What made her do? What was her motivation? What was her challenges? What was that changed her mindset into different aspects of the communities that you do a lot of work? So we'll go into that later. But tell us something about your natural instinct as a child, and then how you evolved and how you developed your mindsets.
Wonderful. Good. Okay, so I am one of a three child. I was in the middle of one elder brother and one younger sister. So for anything, I was looking above on my brother,
Mm-hmm.
and but I wanted always to be a teacher. So like as my brother is helping me in studies, I should also do something not only for my younger sister but for everyone in the community. So that thing in me, that instinct that I want to be a teacher,
Mm-hmm.
um, have made me progressed for that. So I was a teacher in a school, and then I started the high school and college. I taught a lot of postgraduate children as well, the subjects which I wanted to. Then I thought, let's go beyond that. Not only those children, but also educating those families. So I thought, if I join a bank, then that will be really helpful. But then I did not stop there after joining a bank. I am a creative person, so I like to teach Indian food, how to cook Indian food. So this is where, because food is one thing where everyone comes together, your family, your friends, they come together.
Yeah, but tell me something like what was your behavior, or as a child, what would parents describe you, or what you would describe yourself that, when you are a kid? Some people are fond of certain things and then they change their hobbies or they change their likings. What was yours and what do you made those transitions?
My mom or my parents, they just noticed that I was a very calm child. I was patient. I
Mm,
I grasp the things, I observe, and I like to learn from it.
mm-hmm.
So that was something I learned what I was from my parents. And then I also realized I really enjoy teaching,
Wow.
whatever topic it is. So
Mm.
that helped me. So those two things from my parents and myself, that instinct helped me in, because you can't be a teacher just like that. You need to be understanding the topic. You need to be patient,
So
you know.
when this triggered? When you what age did it trigger that you could be a good advisor or a teacher kind of profession? When was that really happened?
That was in my college time.
College time, yeah. So I
Yeah.
was okay. So when you became teenage, you are thinking about like, okay, this is what I want to now develop the liking. How did you develop that liking? Did you
So
see that there was a need? Did you see, or did you see as you as like I want to be in that? Everybody has got a dream when they are child or when they are teenage. I want to become this. I want to become that. What was you? What was you like to become? How many things were you wanted to become, or just one? What was?
see, whatever thing I was learning, for example, I was learning painting. I
Mhm.
wanted to be a good painter,
Mm,
you know. But in that, I thought, if I am a teacher, if I am picking a subject, it won't be in one subject. I can teach, for example, in my classes, I teach science experiments, I do teach painting. So
mm,
it is a lot involved. It is not only one topic, it is just advising someone how to upbring themselves.
mm,
So I had a deep understanding of myself about what I am, what I want to be
mm.
in my college life.
And that's exactly what I wanted to talk about. Like all the listeners who are listening, you do have your own voice. You do have your inner voice. And I wanted to make sure that, all the listeners who are listening, they normally, generally at that age, they do tend to listen to your parents or your friends or your siblings or colleagues, and then they take those decisions. But you probably realize that no, I have that in-depth understanding of who you are
Yes.
yourself,
Yeah.
and that made a little bit changes in your life. And was it hard to do that, or was it difficult to live in that kind of mind frame where you are in the society, you are in the community? Was there any pushbacks that, hey, what are you doing, why can't you do this, when somebody knows more about you, they think, and they want to advise you, but you probably would have those challenges. How did you cope with those challenges?
So at my time, for the females, there were not many opportunities. It was okay if you were a teacher going to a school or a college is good. Okay, then if you're going into a private bank, okay, there were those challenges as well.
Hmm.
Um, Everyone wasn't taking the private banking side in that good way in the beginning,
Hmm.
but I was among those females at my time who went out of the house, and I tried different platforms for advising or teaching the community, whether it is a school or a college or a banking industry. So I'm not binding myself. I was uplifting myself and others by that confidence. And then my mom was especially like, you are a girl, you should be married. And I got married at the age of 29, so I kept working. But at that time it wasn't that common. But
Correct.
my dad supported me. He said, okay, we are looking for a, best match, but let her do what she wanted to.
Mm,
And going and leaving your own city and going to a different city was a big thing.
mm.
My family,
Yeah.
I was the first one, so I left my city and I went to a big metropolitan city, which was Delhi, and I
Wow.
lived in a hostel. Yeah,
Oh,
you
that's
know how.
very cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So a girls' hostel where my dad came in and he looked few hostels, which is a good one for my daughter,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
But
because.
except, but before you go ahead, I want to ask you a very intriguing question. So you didn't make those decisions, but decisions were made and then you had to accept. But then what were that's acceptance look like at that moment that, oh, I'm going to go now altogether in a different city. First, you are getting you are going against the traditions like women getting married early or getting fast, but you were allowed to do that, and that was a challenge in itself to deal with frustrations or people's opinions and people's suggestions. So that's one thing. But the other thing is, yeah, you made those decisions were made and you accepted those decisions. Is accepting new decisions or unknown decisions or uncertain decisions, how what was your mind at that time? Like, did you make that solid kind of no matter, okay, I will accept it, but in whatever it is I will face it, or what was it going through in your mind at that time?
So when I moved from teaching in a school or a college to a banking line, what was in my mind that I was doing only one thing, just same subject for 2 years. I did. So there
Right.
was not much learning or
Mm,
uplifting for myself. So I thought I have tried this part. Why not to try a different thing now? And if I
mhm.
like it, I should continue.
So
So there.
accepting new things was a bold decision for you at that time, or you made that uh, informed choice, or you had that choice to do it and you were confident about doing it? How was it? What was
That
it?
was a bold decision.
Yeah, I thought
Ye-
so. Hmm.
Yeah, yes. It was a bold decision, but I wanted to give it a go. And even to my 9 year old, I just say,
Hmm.
if you like something, just try it. Try for once and see how it goes.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And that's something all the listeners, as you can see, that Monica has taken certain decisions which were not known to her. And it's normal to do that because we are humans. We should be taking those risks as a humans. But I know most of the people, most of the mindset is like we believe in our subconsciously. We have we should get the outcome first, then only will take a decision. Whereas in your case, you don't know the outcome, yet you took the decision. How challenging was it, and how did you find like change your mindset to that?
Initially, it was challenging, but I was very overwhelmed and I wanted to prove myself. I wanted to have my own identity. So I knew
Mm,
I need to keep myself there for at least 1 to 2 years to keep my feet grounded
mm-hmm.
before I make any decision
Right.
and before I tell to my parents anything about my next call.
Mm,
So I kept working. There were challenges being a female going out where most of the males were there.
mm,
That was
mm,
totally different scenario. It was not that common as it is now, and
absolutely.
especially in New Zealand where everyone, both
Mm,
husband wife
everything.
works. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of drastic change, from a tradition mindset to a mindset where altogether a different culture in a different country and a different upbringing and a different environment that you then what was it so challenging that you find when you moved from India to New Zealand, and what was that challenges, that how did you find certain solutions to it? Because obviously it was totally different. Indian environment, Indian mindset, totally different. And then New Zealand environment, different mindset. And so you have to balance both, to challenge your mind, to challenge your own self, that, hey, it's okay. How did you find, what were the challenges and what were the solutions that you found to change those or to accept?
See, India is a very big country, and the shopping malls, if you go there, they are very big. So when I came here, there were no events. The city wasn't developed well because we came in
Right.
2012 after the earthquake. So
Mm.
when someone told this is a shopping mall, and I was like, this is a shopping mall, it just started here and finished here, and no more events. I could not see any Indians, hardly any Indian restaurant in my city. But now if you see, the city has developed, lots of Indians are here.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
that was a challenge, because after a year I was like crying that I need to go back to my own country. That
Hmm.
was a biggest challenge.
Wow.
And yeah, and still we are Asian, we are Indian, so the understanding is female need to be at home and keep the house running while males are working. So while my husband was setting up for his new job, my challenge was to
Mm.
understand the city, go out, look where to buy what, and keep going. But then I thought, that's it. 4 5 years now, I'm settled. Now
Mm.
it's time for me to go and start looking for a job. The challenge here was, it was not easy to get a job.
Of
Your
course.
experience, your experience of India
Mm.
doesn't matter. You
Mm.
have to start from zero here.
Yeah.
And I was surprised to see that,
Mm.
because in the beginning, when I was going for an interview, I was like, oh, I am a level 7 postgraduate, and I
Right.
have I have 13 years experience of banking in India. Doesn't
Mm-hmm.
matter. It means you are asking for a high amount, high salary.
Mm.
So they were not keen. Then I have to
Mm.
come down. My expectations were very low, very basic.
Mm.
So new country, new challenge, new identity. Start from a scratch.
So how did you find when a human mind changes to your own self, your expectations, your challenges that you have with the expectations, even for day-to-day life living, it becomes like, hey, I was doing this, I had all these things, now I have to do this, now I have to do that. So when you see all the differences, all the listeners who are listening, tell them or tell us, tell me, what exactly you think now that you have gained these experiences of little things. Do you look back and say that, okay, those were the decisions I took, but it doesn't matter whether at that time those expectations could be different, now the expectations could be different, but whatever it is, expectations are the key that people tend to put themselves into fear mode. How do you see yourself with these changes that you have done already, with accepting a different lifestyle, a different environment, a different kind of mindset?
Yeah, it is a big thing to accept a new change. So you
Correct.
need to understand that if you have made a decision to come and live here, then do it wholeheartedly.
Wow.
You can't say, I was doing that. Though
Mm.
I still find that initially, when I started my job in India first, that was even the highest salary of what I am getting here right now after that experience.
Right.
But I can't be in two boats.
Mm.
I need to reduce my expectation, and I
Mm.
need to see the plus and minus points
Mm.
of being here. I need to give a whole heart and understand what is a New Zealand style, what is a culture here, what I need to do to survive, and
Mm.
then carry on. There is no point comparing back to that time to
Absolutely.
country. Yeah, that
That's
is
the
my.
key thing. To all the listeners, comparisons does make your mental health, emotional well-being a little bit, different, in accepting and forgiving and forgetting. So yeah, I absolutely agree with you, Monica, that when you said that, you can't compare. That's a very big thing because 99% we try to compare with something or the other.
Yeah.
And what's your view now that, okay, you're done? good enough experience now. What would you say to the changes that what situation you are in today? And moving forward, how do you like to carry with the mindsets that you have? Because you don't know the future, you don't know the next day, you don't know the uncertainties, but you have developed a mind. What would you say is your life journey experiences? Developing your own mind is one thing that you have managed to do. 99% or sometimes most of the people, they don't even want to develop their mindset. They just want to go with others' mindsets. Now you are into your own mindset. So how do you would like to carry? Tell me something about that.
So whatever I, sorry,
Which is uncertain, but still.
uncertain, yeah. So I believe in flexibility. Whatever comes in,
Mhm.
just understand that, adapt it, and keep moving on. That
Wow.
is the key. So, whatever you have decided, or if you haven't decided what you
Uh-huh.
are doing or you want to do, just
Mhm.
keep going. And
Right.
that is what I want to inspire and motivate everyone here in the community
Hmm.
who is
Hmm.
somehow attached to me, that they can listen and they can be inspired of their work. And if they are stuck, just look for some advice.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's something very well said, because this is where, you got to be flexible, adaptable, very fluid. And life is not about rigid. Life is not about like one thing or two things. So, and it's not standard or fixed. So you have to keep moving, which is the key thing. So having said that, I would like you to let me know that, okay, what's in your view, the listeners who are listening to Monica, who was something who did. Now, I wanted to come to that thing, like accepting new things is one thing, but the other thing is doing and implementing new things. Tell me something about that. What are those challenges that you had? Like you had a dance teacher, now you are a creative person, you are also a cook and a good food preparing. So, all these things as a one person doing, is it enough or is it too overwhelmed, or you think this is normal, this is what I want actually? How do you put yourself?
So there are ups and downs. Sometimes I feel overwhelmed. Sometimes it's super busy.
Mhm.
Everything comes on one day.
Mhm.
But I think the key here is to know what you are doing, why you are doing. If you are feeling happy inside, you are content, then
Mhm.
you will keep on going. Even after my full time job, I like to do my cooking classes,
Mhm.
and because that is for community, that is my passion. I want to educate the next generation.
Mm.
And then if I get time, if there are some events coming up, I like to
Mm.
take part in dance as well. So that positive mindset,
Mm.
that positive energy in you keeps you moving.
Right.
So you, so see, you need two things. Either you need to work for money for your life, and you also need to do something for your own creativity where you feel happy inside, for
Mm.
your own soul,
For your
you know?
own.
Yeah,
No, that's very well beautifully said, because that's where people get confused or conflicted in their mind that, hey, I want to make money, or I want to live, or this life, or I want to actually pursue my passion or do some creativity along with it. Or what would you say that to juggle between one, as you said, life, to money for life, to meet your cost basic, and then you need your creativity to be excelled as well for your inner peace, for your inner happiness. And to draw that line or to make that changes from time to time is a challenge itself. And
absolutely.
accepting that, as you said before, accepting is one of the key ingredient of your life journey. What would you say to yourself now that you are in here in this situation and you are going to move forward with this mindset, but with a mindset where you are allowed and you are capable and adaptable and flexible to change to any circumstances that come in the future? However, in terms of your activities, in terms of what you said, one is happiness, inner, and then peaceful, and then one is this is the where I wanted you to tell to our listeners, like, what is important in life as you're experienced, as your wisdom that you would like to share when it comes to these kind of situations, or when it comes to normal living? What would be your message to the listeners?
I think everyone have different importance at different stages of life. I
Mm-hmm.
believe there are three mentors of your life. One is a physical, one is
Mm-hmm.
emotional, one is spiritual.
Right, right.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So sometimes if you are doing a creative work already full
Mm-hmm.
time and you want something for your life, you can start streamlining
Mm-hmm.
your part-time job only for living. But
Mm-hmm.
if, for example, I was doing a full time job, but I was only craving for my passion, then I started those 1 or 2 days of a week where I could feel satisfied connecting to people,
Mm-hmm.
something which I love. So, whatever you are doing, start streamlining the part time thing for
Mm-hmm.
your own self. See, if you are going to gym, that is for your physical self, right? But that will not give you mental peace. For that, you need to do something which makes you happy. It
Mm-hmm.
can be your meditation, it can be a good sleep, or laughing with people around you,
Mm-hmm.
and also there should be a spiritual connection. So this all goes hand to hand. There
Mm-hmm.
can't be one thing or the two thing. So whatever you are doing and you want to explore the other opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
just keep exploring, try something little, take your one step, and then make it big and explore the different way.
Fantastic. Yeah. No, very well said. I think these are the three important aspects: the spiritual, the mental, and the physical. They all are important. And I guess my next question to you would be: so, is that what you are doing? These three different multiple things, which is dancing, creative, and then food, and then also having a beautiful conversation with me today. We're giving these insights. Is that what have made you, Monica? Just
Yes,
who you are.
absolutely. Yes. That's me, because only one thing will not make me keep living for long. I
Mm-hmm.
need to do something which makes me happy and my mind is at peace, that I have done something today for myself,
Right, right.
not only making money.
No, beautifully said, Monica. I think this is the self-realization which people do get from time to time in different phases of their life. However, the sooner they get to know, the sooner the awareness is there, because we are all limited with time, right? We all
True.
have limited time. So, in your life journey, when I wanted to do this with you, because I was amazed. First thing it says you are trying to feed the humans with your food abilities and food passion, which is great because I am a foodie, and all the foodies who are listening would love to taste your food. But that's one thing. The other thing also, like keeping your mind and your body with physical and mental, which is doing creativity, which is helping communities, which is making, giving them the stability of what they are looking for. When it comes to finance, banking, this is very important. I would love to explore another topic with you is purely on finance and purely on the banking sector that you are into, but how does it help the humans in terms of making them, giving them support? We'll do that separate topic, finance. Today is your all about you. So where does Monica see now to from here in your future goals? Can we see some more other than food, dancing, creative, community supports, banking, all that? What more Monica is going to surprise us? Tell me something about your own kind of future plans or something that you have got in your mind.
Well, future is unpredictable,
Great.
and I want to be stable for what I am doing for long. But also, painting is one other creative thing which I like to do.
Mhm.
But before I start doing it, my boy always come in, Mom, I want to do it, and that paintbrush is gone from my hand, so I haven't tried it for long.
Oh, that's beautiful. Which means, yeah, that's right. So that is definitely then you have that skill and talent so that it's already passed on to your son, which is great to see that. So what do you paint normally, like landscape or uh,
No, no landscape,
colors or portraits, or what do you do in painting?
just coloring in a different way, that
Oh,
just enjoying the
the
way
flow. Hmm.
flow of it. Yeah, that is what I like. So, but I'm giving an opportunity for my child and others to start experimenting with colors, because color, your life is colorful.
Right.
You know, you
Absolutely.
just have to keep exploring the different ways. So there
Mm-hmm.
are lot you can do with paint, and your mind just relax.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that is one of a creative side I want to explore more on that, which I
Oh,
did when I was small, but I haven't done much when I have grown up. I was
right,
doing with my mom. Yeah.
right. So what can we see more of Monica in the future is definitely one is painting. But now tell me something about like all these changes that you are doing or all these acceptance that you are doing. Tell me something about, the spiritual path, because this is something I've realized that unless you are spiritually awakened, it's very hard for you to accept anything and everything. And also it's very hard to like forgive and forget
Yes.
because the spiritual soul is quite different to what normally, but it's not hard or rocket science.
No.
Spiritual is very simple. So tell me something about your spiritual kind of knowledge and awareness that you had, that you have been doing this or achieving this professions in different things and still getting involved and still having that inner peace. How do you have that inner peace as a
I will.
spirit?
It's a very deep question, and I would like to tell the listeners that it is not about following God
Yes.
blindfold. Yeah. So I go to gurdwaras, I go to temple, I go to church. Why? Because I believe that all God give you the same message: be
Mm.
kind, be good, be honest to the humanity.
Mm.
But when it becomes overwhelming or too much from one religion, that you only follow our religion, then I don't like that. What I like is be a good person, be good to your community and to yourself, and love everyone. So
Oh,
that is the inner peace, what I believe and I like. But if I keep going at one place, for example, a mosque, but then they are just restricting me there and not allowing me to explore the different, because church also got good things. The
yes,
Bible says
absolutely,
that.
absolutely,
Gurdwara
absolutely,
also says that.
absolutely.
So that is my belief. That is my inner peace.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's what actually people tend to confuse with spirituality with religion, and they mix up. But
Yeah.
actually, it's nothing of that sort. It's every message is same. Humanity. What you said is very well said. With that note, I think I have got a very strong and powerful message of your life journey that humanity is the key for all the listeners to take away from this beautiful conversation with Monica. And please let us know if you want to know more about. But finally, before I say goodbye to Monica and to all of you who are listening, Monica, tell me a final message that you would like to put it out for all the listeners being listening to your life journey with the multicultural. And you mentioned it should be colorful. You love colors. You are a painter. You are a creative, and that's what comes out of as a human. That what all a one person can do is a live example of Monica. That there is nothing in this world that you can't do or you can't try to do. So, with that note, I want you to send a message, a final message from you to all the listeners and to myself as well, Monica.
My message: whatever you are doing and what you want to do, please write it down. At least three main topics and divide them. Are they doing good for you physically, mentally, or emotionally? Must write it down and understand what you are doing to yourself. I go for a walk. What does it give you? Physical strength. What else?
Mm,
So, see what you want to achieve and what is the first step you have taken for that.
mm,
What you are doing for money, for life, and what you are doing for your creative mind soul.
mm.
So, start writing, look for the people around you who can support you, do some research, and keep going on your path. It will take some time, but you will be there.
Beautiful. With that note, I thank you very much, Monica. What a beautiful, powerful message for everyone to write down what is affects you, impacts you, and that habit, that discipline will definitely recognize who you are, what you want to do, and how you want to live your journey. Because this is Monica's journey that she has articulated creatively and given her insights, which I am absolutely excited now to call her again for beautiful more topics to be uncovered. So wait until we do that. But for now, today, what a beautiful life journey insights that Monica. Thank you so much for this beautiful conversation. I appreciate with wholeheartedly. And I say for now, we will see you again soon rather than
Sure.
say, yeah.
Thank you
Thank,
very much. Yes.
thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And and NZ World News will always bring you. So thanks very much.
Thank you very much, NZ World News and Shailesh ji.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye for
Bye.
now for all of